So a few weeks ago, I was at a party. One of the participants in this discussion came and said something to me, Roxy, why is it that the Catholic Church does not ordain women? So you know your girl. Okay, I'm going to go in, rolled up those sleeves, and I laid out everything we're going to talk about today with kindness and with gentleness, of course. And you know what was said to me? That's not fair. It's not fair. And I couldn't help to think for a second, what do you mean by fair? What do you mean by fair? Let me ask you in the chat right now, is it fair? Be honest. I don't care what spectrum you're on. Let's go ahead and have an honest conversation. Is it fair that the Catholic Church does not ordain women as priests or deacons? Is it fair? And what is fairness really when we're talking about the faith? Because the tension point is this. The world would say that if women cannot become priests, then women are second-class citizens. If women cannot become priests, then the Catholic Church sees no value in them. But I want to challenge that ideal today. The Church actually says the following: the greatest mere human ever created by God is not a priest. It's not even a man. It's a woman. So let's ask that question again. Is it fair? Is it fair that our Lord was hung from a tree, nailed to the cross, dying for the sins that he did not commit? Is that fair? Is it fair that our Lord was mocked? Is it fair that people today deny the sacrifice of our Lord Jesus Christ? Is that fair? So does fairness even play into this is the question. We're gonna go ahead and uncover fairness. Because the church does not deny the church doesn't deny women the priesthood because women are inferior to men. That's not the teaching at all. She reserves holy orders for men because the priesthood is a sacramental sign instituted by Christ. And by doing this, the church presents a radically different version or just a different vision of what greatness is. Greatness rooted in vocation, greatness rooted in holiness rather than power and position. And so today we're going to go ahead and investigate whether we've been asking the wrong question at all. So y'all better go ahead and strap in.
Every controversy begins with a claim, but faithful Catholics don't begin with opinions. We begin with truth. So before we ask whether women should be ordained, we first have to ask, what has Christ entrusted to his church? Let's go to the source.
Now, don't shoot the messenger here, okay? Don't be mad at me, all right? Be mad at Jesus if you want to be mad at somebody about what we're about to get into. What does the church actually teach? Let's jump into that investigation. But before we ask whether women should be ordained, we have to ask a more important question. What has been handed on through the years? Now, here's an interesting thing. It's not that, and some of y'all who are on this side that know the teaching, I see in the comments, you might get a little miffed at this particular statement, but understand where I'm coming from. It's not that the church is saying we don't want to. The church is simply saying we don't have the authority to. And a lot of people have problems with authority, okay? They really have problems with authority because it's like when you get into apologetics and you start getting into debates, a lot of you watch debates, right? What is the one question everything comes down to? By what authority are you basing your opinion? And when people have problems with authority, they're going to have problems with the teachings of the church. And quite honestly, again, it's not about, oh, we don't want to, but we cannot. We do not have the authority. So where does this idea of authority come from, right? Well, it comes from our traditions. It comes down from our Lord Jesus Christ. Is this a talk about fairness? Let's get that out the way. Because in these conversations, it's always about facts over feelings, right? So this conversation is not about fairness at all, guys. So when you hear that, you got to kind of push that out the way, right? The reality is that fairness is an emotional response. And again, the counter to this question would be, was it fair that our Lord was betrayed, that he was scourged, that he was crucified? Christianity has never been built on fairness, on that principle. That's a modern idea. Christianity isn't about demanding what seems fair to us. Christianity is about receiving what God has revealed. And that is a huge difference. What God has revealed. It's not about what feels fair, but instead the question is, what has our Lord Jesus Christ established for his church? And that becomes a harder question for a lot of people.
Want the full context? Watch the complete live stream replay next. And don't forget to subscribe.